Hello, welcome to Subscribe Reviews. And this is episode 6, and we're talking about The Mandalorian, Season 2, Chapter 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
So,
here. Finally.
I am joined with my boy Leroy Green.
What's up,
And,
everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up?
and we are it's just us two. We're changing the format a little bit so we could cut down on episode time, but also go deeper into discussion because we both like Star Wars a lot. And Christian, do you know what got you into Star Wars?
What got me into Star Wars? I was trying to find like my earliest memory of it, but it was like one of those things where it's like I feel like as far as I try to remember, I just always like I can't quite remember exactly when. I think I can actually. So back in
Yeah.
like 90, I want to say it was like 97. It was in the late 90s, like 97, maybe 98. I know they had re-released the original trilogy back in theaters. So I think my mom took me and my brother to go see Empire
Hmm.
um at like Newport Mall. And at least from what I know, that's definitely my earliest memory of it. And just from there, like I was just
Just
hooked since then. So that was definitely, I guess I can say my mom got me into Star Wars. If
that
anything.
the same story is for me. I don't know how I convinced her to watch it, but we went to Newport Mall to watch it, and then when I saw
Hmm.
that space battle, oh, was hooked. I was hooked ever since.
Exactly, and I'm like luckily to see like Empire is like the first Star Wars movie I've
Yeah,
seen because
it's the
that's like I know that's personally my favorite, and is usually all around with the fan base. It's considered the
yeah
best
the
one
best one.
out of all of them. So, I mean, I'm just lucky to have started off
Yeah,
with that one.
like
Probably
they
would
re
have had a bigger impact with the big reveal in that movie had I seen
yeah
at least the first one. But I feel like just by the second film, it wasn't
yeah
too bad. But I mean, that's still got me into the fandom and the rest of the series and franchise. So
yeah.
Empire is clearly a good start, even if you didn't see it the first movie.
We don't review the whole season because it's releasing a weekly. Subscription channels like instead of Netflix, Disney Plus is new to the ring, so they're doing it weekly. Do you like weekly or you like a binge watch stuff?
I mean, before I mean, I think with the way Netflix used to roll out everything and Hulu, we got accustomed to binge watching. But
Hmm.
we would binge watch the like an entire season of a show, and now we just have extreme anticipation up until like the next year, waiting like, oh man, I need season two, I need season three, like whatever. Like, so I
Yeah,
think this kind of like humbled us again to really appreciate going back to watching stuff weekly how we would normally do on regular cable. So with this, I don't mind the weekly format. I don't mind it going forward completely with all streaming services. Honestly, I think like this is a method that's works completely fine. Like I rather have that weekly and then just like spread out over through time, and then like instead of just binge watching everything at once, and then it's like, oh man, I really gotta wait. Because if you look at between season one and season two of The Mandalorian, it didn't really feel like that long of a wait because of the first season. We're having it, episodes by week. It was only a year. It didn't even feel like it. I felt like we
yeah.
just got off season
Season
one, say
one, yeah,
like before the pandemic hit. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing about weekly, you get that water cooler talk with your work co-workers or friends, and
mhm.
then in season one, like the first episode came out and it was good. You didn't hear too much people talk about, but as the weeks went on and the hype built up, and
Exactly.
it just got even bigger and bigger and
Hmm.
to crazy scale. So I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like the weekly, and it helps out these smaller sites. I mean, well, they're not small. Disney's not small in any
Hmm.
sense of the word, but when they don't have that much content, people could always just
Yeah.
take off their subscription. So it's a good way to
I,
keep them in.
I think the best thing about this is the fact that you don't have to deal with spoilers as much. If everyone is on the same page and watching the episodes at the same time, like
Yeah,
unless you didn't catch that one episode or the episodes previous, that's the really only stuff that could be spoiled for you. Instead
yeah.
of like someone binge watching it within like a 12-hour period and puts out the biggest like reveal or something,
Yeah,
the biggest twist
put it
or
as a thumbnail and
yeah, so that's another good benefit of having shows like The Mandalorian just on a weekly basis.
Yeah. And unfortunately for us, we're on the East Coast, so we it releases 3 a.m. in the morning. And so I mean, I don't see too much. I follow a couple YouTube channels for Star Wars, but I don't see crazy spoilers on Friday, even
Mm-hmm.
until late at night. But it's not too hard to avoid
To
spoilers if you're
avoid
gonna
them,
watch it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, so I don't need to stay up till 3 o'clock to watch it.
Yeah, nah, I'll catch it when I wake up
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. So, so the Western themes, heavy, heavy, very heavy, and very well
Mhm.
done in Mandalorian.
Yeah, I was getting those vibes since season one.
One, yeah,
Like, it's a different pace and tone for the Star Wars franchise. Like, we used to seeing everything at a much faster pace because we're seeing in what, like 2 hour movies, 90-minute movies, stuff like that. So they run at a different tone and different pace. But because this is a show, they have some time to kind of like
mm,
spread themselves out.
yeah,
That's kind of how westerns were. Westerns weren't like these just all in your face action movies where it's just like crazy explosions and shit just happening all at once. It's kind of like
yeah,
a slow pace and build up to it. And it gives it like this nice level of suspense. And from all the Star Wars movies that we had, I think this is like a perfect like balance and tone to finally see something like that. So
yeah.
this working as a western, especially with the character of what's his name,
Din Djarin.
Din Djarin, like
Yeah,
being a bounty hunter, like that's perfect for like a western influence on Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is. Star Wars takes its influence from a lot of old movies, like a lot of stuff, was taken from like samurai movies and stuff like that.
hmm
So to see them take like western film influence
yeah,
is beautiful. It only makes sense for them to actually
yeah,
do what they've been accustomed to doing for the previous movies and everything.
yeah. And you could see that Din Djarin is an honorable Mandalorian bounty
Mm-hmm.
hunter, and we'll see. And then when you see him, you see other bounty hunters like last season with the episode with Bill Barr. Like not everyone's an honorable
Yeah, nah, not at
person.
all. He clearly takes this shit seriously. Like being a
Yeah,
Mandalorian, like is this dude's life. Is he they have a code and he lives by
yeah,
that code. Like. But I like these things where they really exploring like these these characters because throughout the Star Wars lore, you always heard about the Mandalorian Wars, and you only really got to know a few of them. Jango Fett, Boba Fett, of course.
mhm,
But even in the movies, like being Boba Fett being such a popular character throughout, the Star Wars lore, he wasn't really expanded on like that until like the expanded universe came out in the books, the comics, the video games. So like with this, taking it a step further, putting it on screen instead of just like in books and in games, for a much broader audience to see
yeah,
how in depth these characters can really go because it's big. Everything's bigger than the like. There's so much more, but if you're not like a Skywalker, it's just like
yeah,
you don't. There's
yeah,
not much general audience really knows about the Star Wars universe. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I remember seeing Jango Fett in the prequels, and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, so he's not not another white guy as a cool character.
Yeah, nah. That's what I
Uh,
like. Like even with this current episode, like the first episode of Chapter 9, like it was doing more things like that. Um like expanding on some of those characters that we just see here and there, but
mhm,
just actually giving them like a more of a role than just like being in a funny little scene like with the Tusken Raiders. Like,
yeah,
every time they show up to Tatooine, we get the same thing. Someone looks
yeah.
through a pair of like binoculars,
And then they
jump out.
sneak up on them.
Yeah, like
Yep,
that's see,
yeah,
it's almost becoming like a meme at this point in Star Wars.
yeah.
But now seeing like this is like the longest screen time I feel like we've
Yeah.
really seen them in,
Yeah, and we'll get
you
into
know.
it. And let's
So
just get into the episodes. So,
yeah.
so the cold opening. We see we're left off in season one with
Mm-hmm.
Din Djarin has to find Baby Yoda's raise him, and
Mm-hmm.
also we know that the collective of Mandalorians on Tatooine they left, or some of them gave up the life, so he can't rely on them anymore. But he goes to this place, this fight, this the
Yeah,
Galorian guards, Gamorrean
what.
guards,
Yeah, I forget what
those pigs.
planet they were on.
It didn't say what planet,
I don't
but
know if they said, but
I
it
don't
was
know. Yeah,
clearly. clearly inspired by like New York City with all the damn
Yeah,
graffiti that was on the walls.
oh
So
yeah,
I'm like,
that
all
graffiti.
right, so I guess we got graffiti in Star Wars too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we ain't never see that before.
And
People
there's
just
about,
tagging the walls and stuff. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
hood.
I was like, all right. I like seeing a different thing. Like, see, they don't have to be hard stuck on that Western because it's space,
Hmm. Exactly.
So you see that, yeah, New York, and you see a Twi'lek as a, as a freaking a bounty guard, or I mean, whatever,
Hmm.
a bouncer, and then
Yeah, yeah,
we go inside and we talk to I forgot the name of the. Oh, you see the Gamorrean guards fight from the
yeah.
Jabba Hut, the Hut
Hmm.
planet.
Yeah.
Those things were scary, and
They need work now, so you know.
they need work. Yeah, Jabba the Hutt is dead. Is what they got no
Yeah,
one to
bro.
protect.
Bro, it's like shit. Well, gotta do these fights. Gotta
You
join the
gotta
whole
do it.
fight club.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, they got nothing to do. They gotta do this. This is how they gotta live now.
Yeah, right. It's
Smart.
hard for them right now,
Yeah.
man. What else they gonna do?
Yeah. And then we see I don't know, the Cyclops, Mike Lizkowski Star Wars version, but played
Yeah.
by
What was?
John Lizik,
Yeah, I didn't catch
boy
him. I didn't catch him at first. I found out that was John Leguizamo
in the car.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's a
So I
good
was like,
voice
oh, yeah,
actor.
yeah. Nah, he's good. I mean, it's like, hey, last time I seen him covered up in makeup like that to the fullest, but you can still see it was him, even though he was like
Yeah.
with the fat suit and clown, is when he played, the clown in the Spawn movie.
Mhm.
So, but this one, you can't. There's like no
Yeah,
John
there's no.
Leguizamo
Yeah,
features
yeah,
at all. So
no mannerisms.
yeah. So I was like, I had no idea that was even him until the end of the episode. Because I know they do that. It seems like they have a lot of celebrity cameos hidden. In almost every episode, I feel. So like,
Yeah,
I don't know who the next one could be. We only know of one coming up, but she's kind of already in like the
yeah.
preview of the season of the current
She's on
season.
she's on even some toys, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so. I'm
Yeah.
copying.
But I like that we'll get surprise celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't make it like one of those celebrity of the week things. They just like smoothly
Yeah,
in there.
slide somebody in there real quick.
So we see him, and then he's like talking to Mando, telling him, and then he gets his boys to get on him after he shoots one of the guards that he was about to lose money to. It's like, all right,
Yeah, all that for an elaborate setup,
yeah,
man. Like the
yeah,
whole universe is clearly looking for him and the child, or AKA Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call
yeah,
him.
the
So
child,
that's an
yeah.
elaborate ass setup just to catch this dude, yo.
But he does explain himself. He's like he does love Beskar armor. So I was like, why don't you just shoot him? You have his gun right underneath his. You like.
They want to make it harder on themselves. Like I'm sure the Mando has a rep at this point, so you should
Yeah.
have known like this was not going to be
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, yeah. You're not gonna do that.
But
And we
even
see.
then, like that armor, as you can see later in the episode, that's some good ass armor. So
Yeah,
regular old blasters ain't gonna really do
yeah,
shit
yeah,
to it.
yeah. That
So,
fight choreography though, because they took his weapon out, right? Except for the whistlers.
mm-hmm.
So he killed 4 people right out there. Like, oh.
That was a
And
good
then
opening. Like I
yeah,
love the opening for this
yeah. Yeah, he
episode.
headbutts a punch and all that because that armor
Uh-huh.
is heavy. So
Yeah, it is. So that should hurt. I forget the race of one of I don't know if you noticed, but one of the same
oh, the
guy,
Darth
the same
Maul
race
race.
as
Yeah,
Darth Maul. Yeah,
yeah.
he was one of the dudes who got effed up by him in
Mhm.
there. I forget what the name of
Yeah,
the
and
race
those
is,
guys are
but
tough. I think we
mm-hmm,
see him fighting one of those guys races fight the lady
mm-hmm,
last season.
yep.
Yeah, so yeah, then John Kazama's character runs out and he hog ties him up on the pole, and then he tells him that
He's like, yep.
Tatooine, there's a bounty hunt,
Tatooine is where he
there's a
sees
Mandalorian, yeah,
Mandalorian.
man,
Yep.
and then he
Yeah, he
says, you
told him,
won't,
he was like, "Yo, you just got to give me a word. You
yeah,
won't kill me." And
he's like,
as
you
soon
won't,
as he said,
yeah,
you won't
yeah,
die by my
by my
hand," I
hand.
was
I was
like,
like, oh yeah, I was like,
yeah, he
yeah.
gonna die, but something else
Like,
gonna kill him. But
yeah, you gotta be careful with the wording on that right there.
yeah, he should
This
have
man
been
is a man of
very
his word.
specific. I'd
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
like, "Yo, you just gonna promise I won't die."
I don't
Period.
trust. Yeah, I don't trust
Yeah, like,
that.
see, that's where he went wrong.
He's like, that wasn't part of the deal. He shot the light. All those
Yeah,
hellhounds.
got ate up.
He's like,
Gotta be
yeah.
specific, my
And,
boy.
oh boy, he put disrespect. Like he doesn't hurt you unless you disrespect him. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
guess he got it coming. Yeah. That was my
Jo-
same reaction too when I heard it. I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Johnny
that's
Legs
your
is my
ass."
boy, but yeah,
Yeah,
he had it coming, man.
he could come back as another alien. Sorry, we don't know. We never saw his
Yeah,
face.
right. He probably played two people in this episode. So,
uh, so we go to Tatooine, and when we're in Tatooine, the score for this for the Mandalorian is pretty crazy. It's the same guy that
mhm.
did the score for Black Panther too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and
That I
he's
didn't know.
promising, and he won an Emmy for that, I think, or he won something for
Hmm.
that. Yeah, so
Hmm.
he did the one last year too, and it's been playing in my head like da da dun da da dun dun dun. Yeah, all
So
week. I was like, I'm hyped.
yeah, well, he been making that bread if that was
Yeah,
the case.
yeah, yeah. So,
Because that's the
uh,
thing with Star Wars, like music is very important. Like you're coming from a series where it's like a lot of main characters even had their own little jingles and
yeah,
themes, like Leia's and Luke's and all. So the music and score has always been an important
yeah.
thing in the Star Wars.
And the guy that does the movie, he's getting old, so you gotta
And,
replace him.
mm,
And it looks like
so,
it's doing a good job so far.
yeah, somebody got to carry that torch.
Yeah.
So, uh,
So, yeah, I was wondering how you felt about the score too.
yeah,
But
nah, like I
the score
said,
is good.
I love it. I think they should keep up with, how important it is. It does set
Hmm.
tones for characters and settings. Um,
Yeah.
so like I said, it may not seem like much to someone because like in your head when you're seeing so much going on, you're not really paying attention to it. But when you go back and rewatch these things, those are when those things hit you. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
like how I felt with like the movies. Like the score didn't really hit me like, like okay, every time Darth Vader and the Empire is showing up, like this song is playing,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like so it's stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You won't notice it until it's gone sometimes
Hmm.
too. Yeah, and then you're like,
Exactly.
oh shit.
This scene feels off,
Yeah.
like
So,
yeah.
yeah, the Mando, he lands in a familiar hangar with Amy
Paris, I think. Yeah.
Sedaris, yeah, Sedaris' character, and we
She gives
see,
that very comic relief.
yeah, she was trending the first when she was in the first season when she appeared. So I'm
Mhm.
glad to see her again. That like people really liked, and she hasn't had work, I think, until this. And she does all the Star Wars talk like it's like
Yeah.
she always knew it. So she does a
Hmm.
real good job. So and
It's good to see people who actually enjoy the franchise and been
yeah,
part of it actually
yeah,
in it. It's good to put fans in there.
yeah. And then
But yeah, nah, I see it's like some people they don't really like her character because, like I said, I think it's the comedic aspect to it. But
yeah, but
I I
yeah.
like her. I think she's fine.
Yeah, it's
You
part
know.
of her character, so I like enjoy it even
Exactly.
more. Yeah,
Like
I was like, everyone can't be cool in Star Wars. Everyone there
I
has
know
to.
that not everyone gotta be a badass and
Yeah,
you got no force
it's gonna
bro.
be those annoying characters, but lovable. I say
Yeah.
that with love, you
Sometimes
know.
there just gotta be some regular people in there
Yeah,
who are
there's gotta
just
be those cat ladies,
yeah. So just let it be.
And we see,
I like her.
yeah,
Glad to see her.
those droids. He lets them work on the street. The pit droids from the episode one, same
Mm-hmm.
ones from there, and then we
Yep.
see R5 with the busted motivator.
Mm-hmm.
And the little theory, there's a little theory about R5 that he did that on purpose, but it was just a little. Saying he's the real hero of the galaxy. So when Luke could get R2, I was like, all right, that's too much, but it's
I
still funny.
mean, yeah,
Yeah,
somebody really, really looking into that. I
yeah,
mean,
it's like that's
it'd be funny if it was true. I
yeah,
mean, half the stuff because there's a lot of theories that go back to like R2 like being the true like savior of the universe and
yeah.
stuff he did. So I don't know. I guess do not underestimate R2
Yeah,
or
the one submitted a droid, yeah.
yeah, basically.
So now, then, yeah, he goes to the town. Some I forgot the name of the town, but
He
the
goes to most
most Owsley,
Pelgos, most
almost
Pelgo.
Paugless. Oh, okay,
Yeah, because that's the thing in the movies we only ever really knew much.
yeah,
We only ever seen Mos Eisley on Tatooine,
hmm,
like so. It was good to see some of the other parts. I was like, damn it,
yeah,
going back
uh,
again,
yeah, 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 yeah. Tatooine again, but I
Yeah,
mean, oh man, there's just so much in Tatooine. That's where Anakin is,
yeah.
Luke,
Luke, yeah.
uh,
So it's
the
good that we
Hut
went to a different area,
part. Oh, yeah,
different
yeah,
part of the planet now. So most Pelgos,
yeah.
you know.
So how you feel about that? Boba Fett Jinbei when he saw him. When I saw him, I realized actually,
I knew it. I knew
yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. It did. The
I
armor didn't
passed
look
the
right.
armor, so I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
when he
I,
was
was like, I know that ain't him. Like,
yeah,
one, he ain't standing like him. You know, he looked a
yeah,
little thin. Like I'm like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
got like
he,
that red underneath. I'm just like,
yeah, yeah,
that that's his armor, but that's not him
yeah,
underneath.
yeah, yeah. And then I realized I had the subtitles on. I was like, fuck, I know it's not him. Let me pause it real quick and take these subtitles off.
And said the name of the person.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's like too tall, too skinny for it. He's wearing a red
yeah,
scarf, and
yeah. So
the
I was
armor's
like,
like hanging, all jangling.
I'm like, man, he looked like somebody pretending to be a someone in the Marines right now. Just found
Yeah.
an outfit and sloppily put it on real quick.
Lovely. Yeah, and then I think last season when we heard the boots of Jango Fett, it was like trending like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say the Mandalorian was trending in season 2 all day, but there was like a trick to it. Like if you put the Mandalorian and tweeted it, you get the Baby Yoda like emote for free. So people were
Aww,
spamming that all day. So
of course. And then they cheating to get shit trending as if it wasn't gonna be a
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
It
like
wasn't
you
gonna be a
didn't
big
like it's
talk of
good
life.
on its own.
Yeah, yeah, like they don't got for shit. People was gonna talk about this show regardless.
Uh, yeah, so now we end up seeing it. It's the guy when he took the helmet off. It hurt for me 2 different ways. It was disrespectful to the Mandalorian, and
That's how you
uh,
know he wasn't a real
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he saw him Din Djarin. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. But I guess he recognized that he was in the face of a real Mandalorian, so he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he
"Well,
took it off.
before
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get my shit rocked, let me just
yeah.
reveal that
It's
hey,
like,
I'm not a part
yeah,
of the."
yeah. I'm
He
not
started
one of
asking me
y'all.
some questions. He asked me to do a secret handshake. I don't know about. Finds out I'm not in it, just shoots me dead. Like so,
Uh,
yeah. He had no choice.
Yeah, that whole scene was funny because I think when Din Djarin comes in the bar, he asks the bartender, he's like, "Do you know anyone that looks like me?" And then as soon as he turns to the door, he's already, and it looks jank.
Yep. I think it was the name of the cat? Corb Vent. I think it
Like a
was
Cobb
his
Vant,
name.
yeah,
Cobb Vent.
yeah. He
Yeah.
takes off the helmet. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's like it's nice to meet a real Mandalorian." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck." But yeah,
Yeah.
Cobb Vant is from the books Aftermath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
really know too much about him until like this episode when I
I
got
think I
him.
auto like I put the book on a long time ago. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
small part, but they're changing his history, so like nothing's I think nothing's canon until it's on screen, you know? Like
That's the route they going with. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll take elements,
Yeah.
names, situations, but
Yeah.
once we put it on screen, we may change some things
Yeah.
also.
And yeah, the Star Wars counts Clone Wars. I mean, Star Wars counts. The Clone Wars counts as on screen, so
So therefore,
you're
that's
like,
canon.
yeah. So yeah, we can see Cobb Van. He talks about he's like Din Djarin wants the armor back, and and then Cobb Van he's like we could talk about like civilized people, but
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get that back because he said
yeah,
like basically if you don't give it, I'm just gonna
yeah,
take it
he
off
needs the
myself.
armor. Yeah,
We
he
know
needs
he
the
wasn't
armor.
gonna die,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
understand that he's if he's the sheriff
yeah.
of the town, and he needs that respect, so he can't just go out like no
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
So
yeah. Can't look weak in front of your people, you know.
exactly, and nobody gonna respect. Like man, you did what? You can't go, man. You ain't a real man. Like get out of here. Ain't nobody, exactly.
Yeah,
And the whole town going in chaos now. So
yeah,
I understand why he couldn't give it
yeah.
up so
Uh,
easily,
he's
but I
trying to
know he
square.
wanted
Yeah,
to, but he was just like,
yeah,
look, man. But luckily, the crate dragon kind of
yeah,
gave him
yeah.
a bit
Messed
of
up
a
their like that Mexican standoff. I was like,
yeah.
you ain't gonna win against this man. You
Yeah,
got your
he knew
helmet
that.
off. Yeah, yeah,
I
he
think
knew
he knew
that too.
that. He knew he was not gonna. No, he knew he wasn't walking out there alive. Like I said, if anything, that crate dragon kind of saved his life.
Mhm.
Because either his rep or he was gonna
Yeah,
die.
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah.
he was limited with choices right there.
It's nice to see that the crate dragon. You see, I think it's in video games. It's all different. They always keep changing how it looks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing it eat that the little cow thing. I had the
Uh,
name of it on the
uh,
bantha.
Banthas, yes,
Yeah,
Banthas.
banthas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Baby Yoda hides in a spit jar. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
or the child. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I was like,
I
what the fuck?
liked how like he kind of played more of a background role
Yeah, he's
this
sort of like,
episode. Like, you know, like, he
yeah,
was so in our faces like a lot with season one, and then
yeah,
of course social media and the internet
yeah.
latched
It's
onto him.
yeah. All the
So that, oh
merchandise,
yeah,
the
exactly. His
poor
baby
merchandise.
Yoda, Yoda, Yoda,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah. I
everywhere.
like, yeah, I like the Child Slash Baby Yoda a lot, but I like Din Djarin so much more. Like, I want to
Exactly.
see
So
him, but
they
I was
made
like,
this episode that, you
yeah,
know,
he's in the background.
the Mando
The
show.
Mandela Show.
Yeah,
Hello.
because but let's be honest. Like season one is was great, but
Yeah,
it got over. Like I think the general consensus pretty much overshadowed
yeah,
him as a character over the
yeah,
adorable little,
yeah.
you know,
Which they
baby.
did a good job by keeping it a secret until he was
Yeah,
revealed. So
yeah. I mean, I understand it's goddamn adorable,
yeah,
but
it is, man.
he completely over. He like if
Yeah.
you ask anybody about season one, that's
All
all
the
they gonna talk
memes
about.
and meme culture,
Yeah.
especially the soup slurp, all that shit was
Hmm.
so funny. But
So that I could see them doing that for the rest of the season, like
yeah,
not
yeah,
having him so prevalent all the time.
hmm
You know,
yeah,
kind of just in the back, hiding. You know, just
yeah,
still being adorable, but
mhm. Yeah, and he knows how the Mando's he knows what he's capable of. Like
mm,
when the whistlers came out, he popped in the thing. I was like, all right,
yep,
that's the cute moment right there.
yep.
That you get one or two of those for
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be the whole season. Um,
Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so now he knows the crate dragon is like something that is a threat to the town, and he's like, I'll
mhm.
give you the armor if you help me kill this, and uh, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, you better have
So,
that insignia when you kill the crate dragon. You better have that insignia on your armor right there. You
mhm.
better, you better rep. That's something I would rep around. Now that's some bloodhorn
Yeah,
type of
right.
thing.
But
But
yeah, he had to take that deal. You
yeah,
know,
he had to take that deal. I was like,
it,
I don't
it,
have.
it, it
Yeah,
was a very video game like that's the thing about Mandalorian, especially season one. It had a very video game
yeah. Side
plot to it.
quests. You know, all the
So
side quests.
this felt like it. Like you go to a new town, you look for something, they
Yeah,
have it, but hey, we'll give it to you, but you gotta do this.
yeah.
We have
Good
this
rep with the
problem.
town. You get good rep
Yeah,
with the town.
that like this episode is straight out of an RPG.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we have this item, but we also have this problem. We'll give it
yeah.
to you, but you
Defeat
gotta
the
take care
boss. Yeah,
of. Yeah,
yeah,
that's straight RPG 101, like any other video game, like
yeah.
plot element right there.
Yeah,
But it still
now,
worked though.
yeah, and now we get into the Tusken Raiders. They need the Tusken Raiders, so they go out. Convent and Mando goes out to get their aid, and we see Convent showing that he's going to be a very important character. He has the pod racer, Anakin's pod racer as a speeder, and I was like, oh shit, this
Yeah,
dude is
yeah.
styling right now.
I know. Like he came up on some like good items
Grading, yeah,
from the past movies. Like,
yeah,
'cause I remember he mentioned that he got the armor off. Well, he said he got it off some Jawas
yeah, yeah. He got all
when
some
he was in
Jawas.
the
Yeah.
desert.
Oh yeah, we skipped that part where he's
How he got the armor. Yeah.
yeah, how he got the armor. Yeah, he
Hmm.
explains it. We see that the death of the second Death Star, and Jabba the Hutt is dead at this point. So
Hmm.
Jabba kept the good. He kept the he managed Tatooine very well. Like if refugees could hide there if they're hiding from the Empire,
Yeah.
and he protected them. But but it was all scum and villainy. So there. So
Of
so when
course.
he's dead, there's a power vacuum, and then when the Empire's dead, there's even more of a power vacuum. And see the mining collective just shoot up people instead of just hey hold them up where no one's gonna shoot them, and
They
they
ain't
just
even wait, man.
slaughtered them. Yeah.
They went straight forward. It was like, yes, the Empire
Yes.
on Death Star is blown up. And then like, that's our cue. Let's roll out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No order, nothing.
Exactly. Like, damn. Like I was just
Yeah.
waiting. I was watching news with everyone. It was like fingers on triggers, just like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we get
Yeah, like what the fuck?
no mourning period, no
Yeah, no,
nothing. I
yeah,
was like,
no,
yeah,
no. Oh yeah, we'll help you out. They didn't even get a choice. They just like nope.
exactly.
I was like,
Oh man.
oh god, I felt bad for. Yeah, and you see Cobb run out, and then he steals like that ice cream thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just wanders out he passes out. Then that's when the Jawas help him. Then you see that Boba armor, which is somewhat melted from the Sarlacc pit. So,
Sarlacc pit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I think and they he was known to survive it because he like blew himself like out of it. I
Yeah.
guess
There's so
because he
many like ways
blew
he got
himself
out
out of
of
the
it.
blew himself out of the armor too.
Yeah, blue.
It just landed butt ass naked in the
But
sand. You know.
uh,
Said, well, at least I'm still alive.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see. They have to explain it. They have to explain
Hmm.
how he got that armor. Hopefully, we'll see it.
Yeah, I'm
They'll
assuming
leave it.
like I'm assuming that he when he blew himself out of Starlight Pit, he blew himself out of his clothes and armor. Also, a
Yeah,
couple of Jawas was riding by. You know, they just scavengers, bro. Like so, of
yeah,
course, you know they say, "Ooh, picked
yeah.
it up,
Yeah,
kept it moving."
yeah. The the story I heard it was like the Boba's. I mean, Jabba the Hutt's like ship exploded, so it exposed the Starlight Pit, and then the Great Dragon ate half of it again, and then he just
uh,
and it managed to get out too. Or I was like, oh shit.
well, like so we'll know for sure
Yeah, yeah. Well,
if they
no, for
explain it
sure.
on screen because
On
that would
screen.
be
Until it's on screen,
the
we
new
know
official
what's
canon.
canon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Might be something damn near goofy, like something that's not even as cool as either
Yeah,
one of
yeah, yeah.
them.
He just cut his way out. Something as like,
He cut his way out, and then he was traveling in the desert, but he was so damn hot, he took his arm.
yeah, he's like, yeah.
We'll see what the
There's
new
so many, yeah, so we'll see. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we eventually get to a ravine where it gets like really tight, so they have to get off their speeders, and you see like a dog, and then that's when you see that Mando, he knows freaking their language, the
Yeah,
Tuscan radio.
yeah. Unless that helmet has a
Yeah.
translator in there.
Translate. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, hey, the
yeah.
boy's skilled.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
chalk it up to Tuscan Raiders if they show their skin. They get,
uh,
they get exiled from,
hmm.
stuff
Unless it
like
was
that.
just unless it was just plot convenience. It was like, hey, we need
Yeah,
a way to get the Tuscan Raiders and the people
yeah, yeah.
together.
Yeah, we
You
don't
know,
need to know how he does, but I'll say,
mm.
oh, they sympathize for each other because they don't need to show each other the skin or
All right.
something. So,
But yeah, we
uh,
got a mutual understanding. Oh.
so yeah, now everything runs smoothly. They argue Cobb and the Tuscan Raiders. So they try to give him that drink, and he's like, "I'm not drinking this shit."
And he's like,
I
yo,
don't like that.
that's disrespect to them. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's this is.
like it's
And
they saying like that they take it as an insult.
yeah, and he was talking about they're native to the country, and then they started using like a lot of Native American references, like they know these stands for many years, and then they know these
Yeah.
lands for never years. I was like,
Mhm.
all right,
Yeah, I see where they taking some
yeah,
inspiration and influence from.
yeah, the
You know,
classic,
it made sense. You know, it was cute.
yeah,
You know,
classic cowboys and Indians working together.
it's a western.
It's a Western, yeah,
You gotta
it's good,
incorporate those
very,
things in there.
very, very well done.
Uh huh. But yeah, but that's what I like. Like I said, like we've seen the Tuscan Raiders a few times in the movies, but this is the first time. Like I think this is the most in depth they've gone with them on screen. I won't say
Yeah,
probably in like
I
the
mean,
comics at some point maybe have done the same thing. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely within like
yeah,
seeing it within the shows or anything like that, anything live action. It took like a group of people who were just kind of like just some side
yeah,
characters for like some scenes and just actually gave them like some purpose. So that's what kind of seemed like what it did with Tatooine. So instead of just hey, let's keep doing callbacks because like for season one there was a lot of callbacks.
yeah,
Hey, remember this? Remember that?
yeah.
Remember? And it was
Remember,
just and it was just that. Whereas like with this, it's taking stuff like hey, remember this, but also hey, here's giving it a purpose
more,
now
yeah.
relevant to the plot. You know what I mean? So I think that's the good way to do callbacks and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Just make it relevant to like what's going on instead of just
Yeah.
having like somebody walking in the background with Darth Vader's helmet real quick.
Yeah, at least add something new to it.
Yeah, like hey, did you catch that? Like
Yeah,
no, why
yeah.
is he wearing his helmet? Follow him. Like you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So.
Yeah. They eventually convinced the Tuscan Raiders like show that they want the dragon done too because like it's like
Mm-hmm.
killing all their like their cows. We said the name
the
earlier, but
Bantas.
the Bantas, yeah.
Yeah. And then
So
they said, yo, they said when they were studying it for
yeah,
generations. We
yeah,
know it's eating patterns, everything. Like
yeah, yeah.
here's the meat. And obviously it was studying them too because
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah. We'll
switched up the
see.
last second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That Jurassic Park nod,
Yeah.
and when they put the banta out for bait, and the guy like he
They
yells in
said,
the
nope.
cave, and then he gets debated and gets killed.
Uh-huh.
You know, instead, he's like, "I'll save that for later." You tied him up. He's in there.
Yeah. He was
That
like,
great
yo,
dragon was smart.
y'all need to do some more research. I was
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They even said it. They was like, they could. They're open to ideas.
well, yeah, y'all better be. Y'all just got an innocent man killed, yo.
Yeah.
Messing around with y'all.
You let the brave guy that volunteered to do this let him
Exactly.
die. Yeah.
Turns out he was like the general in the Tusk. he was he was like a top ranking
Yeah,
member probably.
or son of a top ranking guy, just to the tribe.
Exactly. Exactly. And
You got to earn
bam.
your stripes. Yeah. Then, oh,
Exactly.
ah.
First day on the job.
For-
Hey, hey,
God.
what happened to Kevin? Ooh,
Yikes.
yeah.
We're supposed to marry him, right?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Yeah.
What you mean he didn't make it? You know.
Yeah, it's all nice to see them in a non-negative light after Anakin, fucking kills all of them and
Mm-hmm.
straight blood.
Because it shows like they not only like
They need to survive too.
they've been they've been dealing with the same problem as well. It's
Yeah,
not just the townspeople. It's then they stay out and and more in the desert and everything, but they've been dealing with it. It's a problem for both of them. You know what I mean?
yeah, and yeah. They work together. They eventually come back to the town, and then
Mm-hmm.
they load the Bantos up with the explosive, and he drops one of them, just like in Jaws. Like he drops the one of the things, like that's
Mm-hmm.
explosive, and you see
Yep.
you get one tense moment with the town people and the thing to see to show that it's not a very easy
Of
transition
course,
between
yeah.
town and the
Tension's still a little
yeah
high,
yeah
but
yeah it's brand new.
it's like, hey man, we got this. We may have not gotten along for a while, but we both clearly have a common problem
Yeah.
that neither one of us could solve on our
Yeah,
own. Let's put these
yeah,
differences aside and
yeah,
let's work together to get rid of this big ass dragon that's just coming around eating
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, Cobb Vance's speech on it was pretty good. I
Uh
liked
huh.
it,
Yeah. What's
especially when he
that?
said he could eat the school in one bite. I was like the school of
Mm-hmm.
kids, and that's when I was like, all right,
Exactly. I think of the children.
gotta think of that.
You know.
Yeah. So you can see the Cobb is he's a little more than just the armor. So.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you're gonna be the sheriff, like this is a good look on his part. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
So it's like now you're getting respect from the people and Tuscan Raiders at this point,
Mhm. Yeah.
So now you can just run you can run almost Pelgos, at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
like
It'll be
that's probably what
interesting.
this all was about. This was all for him. He's just doing it
Yeah. Yeah. It's for
boost his
him.
own
Build
ego, make himself look good, get those votes,
You get those.
I respect, he ain't
Yeah.
sleep.
But he fulfills his promises, so we'll see.
He did.
Yeah.
He was a man of his words,
I mean,
so
another honorable man.
he wasn't shiesty like my man John Leguizamo's character in the previous. He's trustworthy because that's the thing with Mandalorians. Like they always do these things where it's like he helps someone so out, then at the very end it's just like, hey.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but he wasn't one of those people.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah. Yeah.
he came through as soon
He
as
can't there.
they did
Yeah.
everything. He gave him the armor and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
we do get to the Crate Dragon fight, and uh, uh, they buried all the explosives, and they got to bait them out again.
mm-hmm.
But the Crate Dragon doesn't come out all the way.
Man, not at all.
The plan doesn't go as smoothly. I mean, of course, that's all plans do. And when he starts spitting acid, I was like, "Oh, that's new."
See, that's what caught me on surprise. I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn! I didn't. I'm like, hey, did y'all years of studies show that he also had
Yeah,
this
yeah,
superpower to him?
yeah.
Like
They seem just as surprised as anyone as us.
exactly. Like, oh damn,
Yeah,
he also does this. So I'm just like, yo, what other tricks does this damn dragon got?
it's like,
It's like
and
y'all
they
said
brought
y'all
everyone from the town, even the kids. I was like, "There's kids out
yeah,
here, bro."
bro, y'all about to get everybody slaughtered here because y'all lack of research, bro. Is getting these things too, bro. What was that? Spitting acid. I was like,
People
well,
getting eaten.
yeah.
Eh.
changing up his diet on the fly. Like, I'm like, bro, y'all lied. Yo. Everything y'all said, y'all studied, throw it out the window. Y'all absolutely know nothing about this thing.
Yeah. And then they eventually pull it out to where it explodes on his belly, his weak point. I don't know
Yeah,
how you
see,
find that out, but
I know, because
they
well,
got
everything
some
they was
use
shooting at him
misses.
wasn't
Wasn't
penetrating
working,
his
yeah.
skin. So I figured,
Yeah.
like, I think he figured, like, okay, can't do it from the outside. Got to do it from the inside at some point.
Yeah. They were trying to harpoon it, but like the harpoon ropes weren't tied to anything. So when he pulled away, I was like, of course he's gonna pull away.
Yeah, right. Like, what they gonna do? Try to like use your own strength? No, it's like this whole
Yeah.
megaton dragon. You know how much that thing weighs right
His
now?
head
Like,
is bigger than any than this whole.
his head was like the size of like the town they were in.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, nah, that
Yeah.
harpoons, all that nonsense, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah. So yeah, and that didn't kill it. So I
Because I
think.
remember, I think he said the original plan was he was like, "Yo, I'll just get in my ship and just blow it out of from the sky." And he
Yeah,
was
they
like,
did mention that.
"They said, nah, he too smart for that." I feel like he said,
Yeah,
yeah, he's not even gonna come out."
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so
he feels the vibrations or something.
yeah, he was like, a giant flying mechanism that shoots lasers. I'm
No.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, it's definitely smarter than it looks.
hmm
I got some like Monster Hunter vibes from it.
I said the same thing. I was saying it. I was saying the same thing.
Yeah,
Especially if he took like a little souvenir at the end, or
yeah.
I'd have been
Which,
like, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. He eventually has to use the cow filled with dang, I keep
The Banta,
the Vanta. I keep I
yeah,
keep forgetting the Vanta filled with explosives.
explosive. He wasn't
Just
having it at
yeah, he's like
first.
just come here, come here. Yeah, and then he hits Cobb's Vant, the Boba armor, and again the same place, right? You
That
got,
thing is still jank, as you can
yeah,
see.
yeah.
You can use some
So Jacob,
upgrades because any little bump and that thing just goes haywire. That's what got
this
him. That's
time.
what got him messed up in the first place.
This time it was hit on purpose, not by a blind man that turns.
Exactly. Whoops.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Uh,
man, he need to do some upgrades on that
yeah,
armor.
you need
And I
that
guess
kind.
he knew. He probably looked at it as like, damn,
That
it's an
shit's
old ass
jank.
model.
Yeah.
There's been some firmware updates
That's,
since.
yeah, that's the 1980 model. This is the 2020 model right here.
Yeah, y'all still messing around with this jank model. You know how many software upgrades and hardware upgrades has been on these new jetpacks? Like, all you just gotta do is this.
Yeah, he's with like a balloon coming flying out. But yeah, then he goes into the mouth and he shocks it, just like the creature in the first year, and that creature in the ice, and grabs the plate. He shocks it to get out the mouth, and then he just explodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that poor Bantha, but shit got to be done. You got to save the whole town.
As you could clearly see, Bantas are just sacrifice.
Yeah.
They just crate dragon fodder out there. No loss to them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but yeah, everyone gets spoils. They got a big meaty chunk for the child.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cobb gives the armor. He's like, "Yep, thank you." And then,
Yeah.
honorable man, honorable. And
Yeah,
he
he
said, "I
kept to
hope
his
they work
word.
together again." So maybe a nod to when
I
he needs to
definitely
get the
will.
band back together. He'll
Exactly. This is gonna
yeah,
be that again. That
yeah,
video game
no,
plot. Everyone you helped out is gonna come
uh,
back in the end to help you out. When you needed the most. So.
yeah. And that pearl, yeah, you were talking about, yeah. In the you played the Old Republic games, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I
I
think
forget the Great Dragon. Yeah.
the Great
Also,
Dragon egg.
yeah.
Apparently you can make a lightsaber out of it, and it's from there. That's where the Great Dragon pearl is from. So we'll see if that comes
Mm,
into play
okay.
later. So
Oh.
I'm like, all right.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I see where they set. No, I see where they going with this.
Yeah, we'll see if yeah. So maybe something to fight the dark saber. So we'll
It's
see.
got to be something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we see the actor of Boba Fett at the end of the episode in Tusken
Mm-hmm.
Raider armor. I mean
Yep.
clothing, because they do
Yeah.
adopt humans, and they could walk around with their face.
Yeah. So he survived. He lived.
It's a,
He lived like
Yeah,
you said, so and you
yeah,
can see like he got a couple some scars on his
yeah.
face and
No
everything.
eyebrows, so he got some acid burns out, obviously.
Yeah, so he was either fighting that dragon or that Sarlacc put up a fight. you
Yeah,
know, it was one of them things. Maybe
yeah,
both. Like, shit,
yeah,
he's been out there ever since.
yeah.
Clearly,
You think he was looking for his armor the whole time, or he knew where his armor was, and he
I
finally
don't.
reached
Yeah,
it?
I
So we'll
don't
see.
know. So that's the thing. Like, because if he knew where it was off the sheriff, I feel like it would have been no issue.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
He
came
got it
get
from him
killed though.
easily.
Yeah, he would have got
So
it. One way or another.
yeah. So I don't know if he's been tracking it or maybe he's working for someone else. I got word, hey, Mando's here,
Oh
and
yeah,
came
man.
out, and it was just like, all right, so I have no idea. I can only really speculate so much of
Yeah,
what his
yeah,
end game is, but clearly he's going to be back in that armor. I
yeah,
want to say that,
yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, maybe not the next episode. They'll save it a couple episodes down, but
It's
it's
definitely going
definitely
to end.
gonna happen.
It's
Yeah,
going to end with a duel. This season, I want to say, will probably end with a duel between these two.
yeah, yeah. These two,
Good
yeah,
old
definitely need to
fashioned
fight. Yeah,
Western, draw.
yeah, yeah. They use all their weapons and then they have to rely
Yeah.
on the lightsaber.
Yep. Let's just call it right now. At some
Yeah.
point, that will happen. Definitely.
With this, we can't do any predictions because like every episode is standalone, which is good. Which is good. Like I like a standalone party with some thread, with like a thread there, but not
Hmm.
crazy big thread. So,
Exactly.
but it does make if some episodes feel like filler, but no, there's a thread there. It's all
Yeah.
connected. So
This had a bit of a filler tone to it on this episode as well.
yeah,
But I guess because the way it was, how well it was done, and it still had a little bit of plot relevance with the armor and him looking for the Mandalorian. So it didn't feel like 100% filler like some of the episodes did in season 1.
yeah,
So I think if they just keep going with this kind of route, I don't think it would be that bad with that type of vibe to it.
yeah. How do you like the length of this episode? Because I was thinking, oh, they're gonna cut off the episode right here because I'm used to that, like a 30-minute short. It
Yeah,
was an hour
yeah.
long. It was an hour long.
Yeah, about 54 minutes total,
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect. Like, because even season 1 was how many episodes? What, like maybe eight?
Yeah,
Eight
yeah,
episodes?
yeah.
So because if it were like maybe like some shows they do like 13, 15, 16 like hour-long episodes, like that could feel like it drags on.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
because this isn't a short span of just 8 episodes, I don't feel being 50 minutes or so I don't think that's too long at all. I think that's a good
yeah,
sweet spot,
yeah,
honestly.
good, sweet, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, thank you, Christian, for joining me.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, we did
definitely.
talk a lot. It was nice, Oh,
Hmm.
we will start having the episodes come out a little right after the new episodes aired. This one was a little late, but uh, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure the notification bell is on. You could check out more videos in our playlist, obviously. And I'm, we're out.